mean, yes. So hopefully the next game. I had it on and then I took it off because I'm not sure about the rain. But yes.
Welcome along to day 10 of the Rabobank Hockey World Cup 2014. Action from Pool B now. It's Germany versus England. Rain has been coming down rather heavily the last 20 minutes or so, so the pitch getting an extra soaking. It's going to be super slick out there for this final pool game for both Germany and England. Sadly, both sides, no chance of winning any medals here. They're down in the bottom tier of Pool B. England down in 6th, having not picked up a single World Cup point in their 2014 campaign. Germany, they have 4 points on the board. There is a look at the table with the United States, Argentina at the top of the table. The USA currently in action against South Africa, looking to confirm qualification with a win over there by picking up all 3 points. Germany and England, though, the focus for match 29. Well, the fans are ready. Those of them that have braved the wet weather. Third game of the day, then. The first women's game of the day, though. England away to the left of your picture there in the all red. Germany in the black and white. There's going to be no love lost here between these two sides. Good display of support from family, friends, and just a few crazy hockey fans. So Germany line up away to our left-hand side, ahead of the national anthems. England in the all-red kit, branding scars from the 4 games already that they've had in this pool section of the tournament. national anthems, then the first half. The fifth and final game then for both England and Germany. Jason Lee at the helm there. There's the men's coach, Bobby Crutchley. The England men beating Belgium last night to qualify for the semi-final stages. A tough game against the Netherlands there awaits. The women, sadly, not going to be in the semi-finals. Neither will Germany, incidentally. Here's how they line up. Bachmann, Hasselmann, Otter, Kruger, Vogel in goal, Altenberg, Mavers, Stockel, Gablak, Muller and Jacobi in the starting 11. Germany, who have scored just 5 goals from their 5 games, conceded 9. But remember, they did win the Tri-Finance Euro Hockey Nations Championship in 2013, beating England in the final. Well, the German men also been in action this morning, beating Korea by 6 goals to 1. Sadly, they couldn't qualify for the semi-final stages, third in that pool. And here's how England line up in their final pool game. Hinch in goal, Unsworth, Twigg, Richardson, Walsh, the captain, Queck, Danson, Bray, Webb, Ball, Zoe Shipley and Nicola White, all in the starting 11. Jason Lee, the coach of England. England, who haven't been scoring goals in the tournament, just 3 goals from their first games. All 4 games, in fact, which they lost. So still looking for their first World Cup point. 11 goals conceded in the tournament so far. Claire Adenau of France and Melissa Trivich of Australia. There are 2 umpires. And the rain's still spitting down here in The Hague, but things ready to get underway in the first half. Sit back and enjoy the action. Germany get us underway, playing from left to right then in the white and black strip. England away to our right-hand side, already at a half-court press, defending the goal away to our right-hand side. Aerial ball comes straight down the throat of Nicola White, who picks that one. England have it back up in possession. So England coming down the right-hand flank early on with Richardson-Walsh. This is Danson now, scored the other night against Argentina in that 2-1 loss. Final goal coming in the very last play of the day in that game, and well, England coming out losing that game by 2-1. That's a high ball into the circle, so it'll be Germany ball. Good time to introduce my colour commentator today, Simon Mason. Been there and done it for GB and England. And England's final pool game, Simon. Nothing to lose here as they come out against the European champions.
Nothing to lose at all, Mike, and they can step forward and be on the front foot. And I think for both teams, it'll be the more experienced players who will be the key. England have definitely looked better when the experienced Kate Richardson-Walsh has stepped forward from full-back position into a higher midfield role. And so far, I don't think Muller or Bachmann for Germany have played particularly well during the course of this competition. And if they start to fire, they will cause problems for the girls in red.
Well, let's just set the scene from that Euro Hockey Nations Championship last year, where Germany won their second title. England picking up the silver medal as Shipley looks to pump that one upfield. Ball gathers and will have the free hit. They lost to Germany in the group stage by 2-1. Then the final went to 4-4. England losing in a shootout, 2-0. Feels like just the other day, Mace.
It does indeed. Time flies so fast between these major tournaments. But both these teams will give it absolutely everything.
Twiggs' ball to Ball was an easy pick in the end, but Ball scrapping for it, and now Unsworth down the right-hand flank. Danson on the 23-metre line. Nothing ahead of her. White just peels out to clear some space. Danson all the way along the baseline. It's gone across the baseline there. That means it'll be a free hit, the restart for Germany.
And Nina Hasselmann doing the shadowing against Danson. Danson running out of pitch in the end, but Hasselmann will be a key, particularly down the German left-hand flank. If she starts to get an overlapping run on, she's got good pace, and Nikes likes to cut in field and deliver passes towards the top of the circle.
Well, Germany drew their first match of the 2014 World Cup against China, 1-1. Then they went on to win against South Africa, 3-1, before losing to Argentina, the defending champions, 3-0. And the United States of America have been the surprise package of this pool by 4-1. Here come Germany now, threading one in behind there, and that was a good cover tackle from Holly Webb. Final touch, taking it out for a sideline ball. Taken there from the long corner spot. Hannah McLeod there, who had her birthday yesterday. Ellie Watson and Sally Walton sharing their birthdays today in the England camp. Happy birthday to one and all. Good throw forward from Sophie Bray. Good commitment, though, too, from the German defender, Katharina Otter. Full stretch to tap that one out.
Sophie Bray knowing exactly what she wanted to do. As she reached for that, she just opened the blade of her stick to tap it up in the air to try and get it over the top of Otter's flat stick.
We've watched England in this tournament. Can you pinpoint what's been going wrong for them?
I think you can bring a lot of it down just down to confidence. There was a huge amount of tension around that first game against the USA, obviously with Craig Parnham as an ex-England coach going across to the States, taking with him a strength and conditioning coach from the English programme.
Germans intercepted on the 23-metre line. Solid tackle from Richardson-Walsh, all flat stick. There was no way through there for the German 23, Marie Mabers. Scored 2 goals in the tournament so far, though, so will be a threat. Keep an eye out for her.
Yeah, so the English players aware of that in context, and obviously aware that Helen Richardson-Walsh had been injured as a very key experienced player, so there were just a number of uncertainties going into it and pressures, and I think that just preyed on their mind and didn't give them a good start.
Bad pass at the back allows Owsley to float one into Danson, gets a deflection on it. The final touch coming off a German defender, takes it for a long corner. Danson and Owsley hooking up nicely in this early exchange. 5 minutes gone, Germany 0, England 0. Spray with the restart, confidently going across the baseline, but picked off in the end by Nina Hasselmann, the German number 10. England keep the pressure on, keep the press up.
And as Susie Townsend stepped in, we see here Lily Owsley. What a lovely pass to Danson. It's a last-minute touch from Hasselmann as she leads across the England centre-forward.
Alex Danson, just 1 goal in the tournament, was extremely emotional the other night when we talked to her pitch side, said it's like living a nightmare at the moment in the England camp, and off the back of those 4 losses in a row.
When things aren't going well for you, it it takes somebody like Danson or Richardson-Walsh to step up and make something happen. And you've got to admire Danson for what she said and how she said it. The pride of playing for her country came out so obviously, and the emotion of those results to hold it together and speak to us. Exceptional professional athlete.
Yeah, 4 losses in the tournament, as we said. Lost 2-1 to the United States of America in that opening game. Lost 3-0 to China. Lost 4-1 to South Africa, where South Africa actually just tore them apart. And then heartbreak the other night when they lost 2-1, conceding in the final play of that game. Like we said, though, nothing to lose. Up against Germany here. Germany ranked 6th in the world. England ranked 3rd. They were expected to be contending for medals. Sadly, they won't be, but the men will. So England hockey still have a team to shout for in those semis. Germany, sadly, won't have anyone there, as Twigg watches that every step of the way, almost like a short ball in cricket. Just plays it down into the turf.
Yeah, Hasser had peeled out on the backhand and smashed it across, but got underneath it as she tried to hit it too hard.
Acres of space out here for Jacobi, whose brother plays in the men's German side, the goalkeeper for them. Dangerous play from Maike Stockel, having a swing at it. She's wearing a bruise, a scar from the other day in their game.
Now, Richardson-Walsh just moving that ball, taking the self-pass very, very quickly. And that's how dominant she needs to be. If England are going to be successful, it will be reliant upon her stepping forwards, being assertive and aggressive.
First touch from the birthday girl, takes it out of play, and Germany have possession back now.
German are very tight, so I'm not really...
England sitting back at a half-court press. Hannah McLeod up there doing some leg work, and there's an interception from Ellie Watton. She's going to be blown up for it, sadly. Caught on this near touchline, closest to us. Taken out by Otter. That's Hasser that eventually sees her ball go out for a long corner. Schroeder. Umpire waves on.
Lovely first double dribble from Schroeder as she came through 2 players. Probably should have tried to release it. The 3rd flat stick catching her out.
Germany, who've won this World Cup 2 times in a row, whose name's going to be on it this year.
Germany looking to recycle it, not force it down the channels and in through the baseline.
No shots on target for either side. Both teams still with their video referrals intact as and when they need to refer to them. There's Jamie Mulders, the German coach, barking instructions onto the field, and Germany just enjoying a steady spell of possession here.
I think Mulders shouting to try and have a little more urgency about their play. There is that good spell of possession, Mike, you're absolutely right, but it's just lacks a little bit of direction, a little bit of assertiveness and energy. It's going side to side without any real penetration.
Germany holding a high press and encouraging England to come down this left flank. Walton's just come on. Happy birthday to her too. She received some flowers from the coach Jason Lee ahead of this game. 33 today. Happy birthday. England's just again sitting back, inviting that attack forward from the Germans, and now they cut in field. It's McLeod that has to come back and get the jab tackle in. Now Unsworth getting involved in the scrap as well and forcing Germany back. Teschke carries it on that strong forehand, and Germany get back to basics. Bachmann now. Bolton just playing it off Hillman's stick. Sideline ball, and the German player just being called 5 meters away from where this is being taken.
So this is where England got stuck a few times against Argentina. Argentina forced them into the left half position and they were unable to carry the ball away.
And now England come forward through Nicola White. Danson on the baseline, into the D again. And they were queuing up on the far side. Bray was there, Gilbert was there. No way through though. Danson has a second go. Stick tackle wins the free hit, which Ball will take. Air shot from Danson, play waved on by the umpire. And eventually Germany come away with it. You have to agree with Backman there.
It was a slow whistle, and I apologise for it. That's good.
Here's what she was upset about. It's just that air shot. Because she doesn't make contact with the ball, that makes it dangerous in turn for Nina Hasselmann.
Yeah, I don't know why Danson didn't strike it in the first place. She paused as if her body position or her balance was slightly wrong. It wasn't aggressive enough.
Is that possibly, again, another confidence thing? Let's find out. Danson comes forward again. She's carrying the ball well. This time, England enjoying a spell of possession. Walton out on this near flank. Good skills. Wins the free hit. Takes the self-pass. Now White with the ball into the D again, swept up. Advantage played from the umpire, but there was a foul on young Lisa Altenberg.
Well, Altenberg's support run now down the middle of the pitch.
Yeah,
Germany
opens up
can
some
cut back
space.
inside.
Certainly can. Marie Mavers goes to ground. Queck looks around her shoulder to say, what for? That's because she made a clean tackle.
Well, Mavers has been penalised because if she carries the ball, once again, we've talked several times over the course of this tournament, particularly in the women's game, about on the left-hand side, the carrying position is such the ball is put onto the back foot and the shoulder, the right shoulder comes in between the player and the ball, so the defender and the ball, and therefore causes an obstruction. That's what Mavers was penalised for then.
Twigg was closest to that, and had she got that, that was a 3-on-2 at the back for England. And it's just about linking up and taking those opportunities. They haven't done it yet in this game. Well, neither side have enjoyed their World Cup experience, I don't think. Hopefully, one of these teams is going to get something out of their final game. England will certainly be hoping for their first 3 points of the tournament as the ball comes in, though. Queck strong in the tackle. Just plays in Walton, who also makes her 150th appearance in an England shirt today. Number 23 there, just giving us a wave.
More.
There's Max Caldas enjoying some chips and mayonnaise. Did he have enough mayo on that, Mace?
There isn't anything you can say at that moment, is there, as Max Caldas tucks his way in.
Busted. Germany into the D, and good strength from Walton shown in the tackle. Twigg plays out to Unsworth. First touch from Unsworth, though, letting her down, and Germany will have it inside the attacking 23. They throw numbers forward, 3 inside the D. Possession fairly even, 56% for Germany, 44 for England as Jacobi picks it up. Ball forward, goes into touch. There's a look at circle penetrations too. 6, in fact, for England. They've been getting around the back. That's a positive sign, but they've not been doing anything with those opportunities. Yeah,
it's all about where you go into the D, and ideally teams, the easiest place to get outcomes is if you go in between kind of the 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock areas. But the Germans in particular are quite comfortable going down the baseline, round the right-hand side. It's an indoor technique where they come back in, pull it back to slap towards goal. And England just needs to be a little more direct at times.
Great strength from Ashley Ball, comes clattering in there, takes the ball clean though, plays in Danson, got Bray in support. Danson plays it forward to Bray, who picks up on the reverse stick and then plays it onto her foot. So 15 minutes gone, still no goals in this game. Germany 0, England 0. Germany with just the 1 win in the pool stage so far against South Africa. Picked up their other point with that 1-1 draw against China. Well, the USA have confirmed their place in the semi-finals with a 4-2 win over South Africa over on pitch 2, the Greenfields pitch. So the United States going through to their semi-finals. What a tournament they've been having, with Craig Parnham, the Englishman, at the helm, as Germany now come along the baseline, and here's danger. It's a long corner as Altenmarkt tried to bead her way through. England come away with it. Danson all the way back in her defensive quarter. England again not able to clear their lines. It's another good tackle from Ball that takes it onto the German striker's foot. Gablak there, Hannah Gablak, losing a headband in the process.
Gablak comes in, it's just a connection from Ashley Ball across her right knee. There's nothing malicious about it. Ashley Ball trying to reach round to try and get a touch.
Ansley, one of the up-and-coming youngsters of this England side, number 26, working hard in the midfield. Danson comes towards the ball, now peels out along that right touchline. All on the halfway line now with Walton for the restart. Germany having to do a little bit more leg work there. Again, another muggy day here in The Hague. It's spitting still out there, so slightly more refreshing than the conditions yesterday. Twigg gets a little jab in, goes up for the free hit, but Townsend keeps it in place. She's got Unsworth on her right shoulder, but a turn of pace now throws it forward to Owsley, who chips in field and came up dangerously high, says the umpire.
Owsley trying to take the ball to the air. It was a great overlapping run. Unsworth came infield in the end, round the left shoulder, in order to create an overlap, but Owsley's first touch just popped the ball up, trying to get it over a flat stick, but took it to waist height, which was penalised for danger.
What have these two sides been missing? We'll start with Germany in possession here. What have they been missing in this tournament? European champions expected again to sort of be in the top half of the table at least. They find themselves down near the bottom half of the draw.
Well, I think they've been a little one-dimensional in their attack. They've tended to come down the right-hand side a little bit better than they have down either of the other corridors, the centre or the left. They just need to eliminate a bit, and I felt they were passing from too far away from static defence, trying to drill the ball into the top of the circle.
Little jab there from Unsworth, takes it up. And the free hit on the edge of the circle. Germans come forward again. This is Hasselmann. And the ball comes into the D, and Germany have their first penalty corner of the game. So England having to concede. Dangerous times now as Germany step forward in numbers. England with their four defenders and Maddie Hinch will try and defend this penalty corner. Here's why.
Comes in from Hasselmann. It's a touch in front of Sally Walton, and it comes onto her foot. She's been stood upright by Hoffman. Hoffman's moved, Walton's accelerated. In that situation as a defender, you need to get low, you need to get flat. A long, wide barrier to hit your stick and not your feet.
Hillman, who scored the other day, steps up to the injection spot. She'll fizz this ball out to the head of the D. Muller is waiting at the head, as is Bachmann. It's going to be Muller with the strike, straight hit, it's too high. It's ended up in the back of the goal, but just to confirm, the first hit, if it is a hit, has to hit the backboard. Flick obviously can go anywhere it likes in the goal, but you can see this one clearly hit and goes above Maddie Hinch and that backboard. Yeah,
as Muller goes into strike there, she just has to reach, and in reaching for it, squeezes it into the turf a little bit, too much elevation, takes it over the goalkeeper's leg guards, but was never going to come down quick enough to hit the backboard.
That's very often why you see goalkeepers go to ground when they recognise that it's a hit, isn't it, from a goalkeeper's perspective yourself, Mace?
Yeah, the goalkeeper will wait until they get the cues, the signals, whatever they perceive those to be before they go to ground. You don't want to be going to ground against the flicker, but it is usually fairly obvious if that's going to happen. So you can read it, put yourself in a barrier, cover a huge amount of space, and in doing so the ball can thud into you. The danger with that, however, is just controlling the rebound, not giving away a second phase shot.
What do you look for? Is that done in video review when you're analysing players ahead of the game? Is it hand movement on the stick?
Well, you're looking for a whole series of cues. One is the ball actually being rolled into the circle, because the flick is usually taken from a static ball outside the D. It's picked up and then delivered with a slingshot. A hit normally is just rolled in and then clipped. You're also looking at the striker's hand position. You hit with your hands much closer together, if not totally together. And you'll do that in training, and you'll recognise those visual cues. The brain will pick them up, and then in an actual game it will just happen. It's instinctive.
Schroeder instinctively moving forward and almost eliminating 3 England defenders there. Again, England still sat back on this half-court press. All 11 players inside their defensive half. Just allows Germany to control the possession, and England all over the park having to work hard. Gilbert comes for the ball, looking to intercept it there from Teschka, but forces the foul instead.
We'd have to suggest that this is a tactical decision from Jason Lee, not how the team are choosing to play. They are sat very, very deep, but I can't see much animation from him down below us to suggest he's unhappy with that shape. Physically, it's grueling for the players to not handle the ball.
Good turn from Teschke. Eliminates 2 players. Ball comes in, looking for the deflection. It's wide of the mark. Well, that was the best chance of the game so far for Eileen Hoffmann on the far post. Teschke skipping 2 tackles and getting this shot in.
It's gone out to Teschke. She's driven through 2 tackles very, very well. Hoffmann diving in, defended brilliantly in terms of getting it away past the near post. Hinch was beaten.
Final touch actually comes off Lydia Haas there on that far post, but England straight up the other end with Nicola White now. Keeper comes and on the half volley takes that one out for a long corner.
I thought that was going to be smashed out over the sideline by the goalkeeper Vogel, but not in the end.
Good tackle, good tackle.
That's the umpire's voice you can hear on the umpire radios that we're hooked up to. Just saying it was a clean tackle. There is Jason Lee on the sidelines for England, the head coach. Miserable day sort of sums up England's tournament, really.
And yet this 5th game, that series of 5 games, was just cut in 2 by an exceptional performance against Argentina. They came out and it was as if somebody had flicked a switch and suddenly there was belief and commitment and understanding. The first touches went England's way, there was no hesitancy, and it just shows the fine margins between success and failure. Both teams today could put in a really, really good performance and surprise anybody.
Bray to McLeod, the ball bobbles up off McLeod's stick, not the best first touch from her, but goes up to claim for something in the circle. Remember, England have got that video referral, no one else going up apart from McLeod. If she did indeed think there was a foot inside the circle, she's allowed to go to the video umpire.
Yeah, when there isn't a reaction from the players around you, I thought Ashley Ball sort of half had a hand in the air, but nothing with any degree of commitment.
Yeah, McLeod did just look over her shoulder to see if anyone else had gone up for the appeal. Shipley getting bossed off the ball. Richardson Walsh with some fast pace on that delivery. Now Twigg earns the free hit, takes the quick self-pass. Peels out and plays in Gilbert on the halfway line. She cuts in field now with Bray overlapping. White also there. Danson completely unmarked in the middle of the circle. And that had to be cut out by Bachmann there because Alex Danson had done the legwork to get into the right place on the P-spot. Still no emotion from Jason Lee. Bachmann, crossfield ball to Otter. And we're just pushing up a little bit now to about a 60-75% press.
Yes, but way out to the right of the screen, the pictures that we're seeing, Germany is stepping very, very high with 3 forwards. England playing man-to-man at the back. Richardson Walsh having to step up to the ball carrier as she was through the midfield. Any elimination and Germany are going to be in because Queck, Walton, Shipley all tagging up in that back 3.
And Teschke there looking dangerous in the midfield for the Germans. Jana Teschke. Germany just starting to stamp their control as far as possession goes inside the attacking 23-metre line. Danson peels out. There's that whole right-hand side that's open here, and now Queck has some space with White in front of her. Hasselmann picks the danger, steps to it, steps in front of White, and Germany regain possession. A look there at circle penetrations. Germany have 5, England have 6. Germany with the best shooting opportunity of the half, a deflection from Lydia Haase once Teschke had smashed the ball into the D, but 0-0 it remains. Just the umpire warning Nicola White there about challenging, coming in from behind.
It's the smallest of distances. If you get your feet wrong, it's only 30, 40, 50 centimetres, and if you start to then try and tackle from that improper body position, it just looks ugly.
Green card for Teschke. Germany down to 10. Aerial ball comes in from Walton, finds Bray. Teschke 2 minutes in the sin bin as Bray comes forward. That final touch taken down by Katarina Otter, but hit the nail on the head there, Simon. Foot this time from Ashley Ball, German ball. Hopefully we'll get to see that bit of skill again from Sophie Bray, playing the ball above her head, beating the defender. Germany with just 10 players on the pitch as Altenberg picks up.
Well, we've talked about three-dimensional skills, Mike, and we've seen little pops and tackles.
Chases on here for this one. Shipley has to watch her feet, as does Kwek here now with Germany having possession inside the circle, trying to wiggle free and get a shot off, maybe a deflection here. It's scrappy. Jacobi's under it, and it's going to be a penalty corner for coming up. Bit of danger, says the umpire. A stick tackle. Remember, England have the video referral.
Well, Claire Adeno is saying that it was the first danger. Is she saying lift or is she saying stick tackle? If she's saying stick tackle, I think there was a stick tackle, but I think the lift came from Germany, so this will be an interesting question.
What's your question? Because I said it was a stick tackle. What's your question?
Sorry? You said it was a foot. That's what you gave
No, I gave her for tackle. Here.
Oh, she gave it for a stick tackle.
Here. I show you here.
You said it was dangerous. She played it up.
So, dangerous?
She played it up dangerous.
Of dangerous.
Yeah.
Did you hear, Karen? Can you hear the question?
For foot or for danger or
For
stick
danger.
tackle? I'm not sure.
Can
Well, there was a lot of
repeat your question?
stick clattering.
She
Lift the ball up.
leave the ball on this danger.
Okay, we'll take a look. We'll take a
Okay.
look at everything, okay?
We'll have a look at it up here in the commentary box.
Yeah, there's nothing there. It comes up off Sam Quick's stick handle. Now it pops into space. There's no danger there. Jacobi, I think, there creates danger by putting the ball up in the air. But I'm not sure what umpire Claire Adeno originally gave it for. There was a question about stick tackle, but as Jacobi
Claire,
touches that, that's
it's
dangerous.
Free out. The danger came off the German stick, and England keep the referral.
Okay. So it's a free act. The danger comes from Japan. Okay. And you keep your referral, okay?
Fairly clear there. England keeping their referral. And the video umpire doing the job that they're set out to do, picking that the danger was indeed up off Jacobi's stick, the German number 30. There she is. She retreats into the midfield. England have possession inside their own half. They look to rebuild. Germany now decide to sit back and give England a bit of breathing space. It's been pretty relentless in this first half, but still no goals in it. Germany 0, England 0.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised as the minutes tick by if Germany decides which side of the pitch they want to limit England to. So now as Sam Kwek comes forward, she gets a little bit of contact and pressure from Mavers.
Super ball forward that found Watton there. Ellie Watton, 25 today, and she picked that up. First touch was superb, but then didn't quite have the support off her shoulder.
Well, as this game of chess starts to develop, it wouldn't be a surprise to see either of the coaches just suddenly put into play a different tactic. In this situation, you could easily go to sort of a conventional 4-4-2, but turn the front two to be up and down the pitch rather than across it, cut it in half, play some different spaces.
Gablak under plenty of pressure there, but doing well to skip the first two tackles. Remember, the England players had to retreat 5, so Ashley Ball was the last line of defence there, getting in the tackle.
Now Jason Lee crying, go, 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 get out of there. Step up and put pressure on. At the moment, England are far too deep. It means Germany can handle the ball, play to spaces where they want to go. Play long,
working
raking
hard
passes.
there. And then that was the first time touch through from Gablak again. Owsley back now. Takes it right onto the forehand side, though, of Gablak. Now Altenberg all the way around the back, and Webb gets in a tackle. It's Altenberg's last touch, though, that takes it across the baseline. Holly Webb with the restart. What surprises are there going to be in store today in this game? 7 minutes left to play in the first half. No clear shooting chances for England yet. That's something of concern, Simon?
It is a concern because they're just not getting the ball in high enough positions, and I think that was a prime opportunity.
There's Nicholas Jacobi watching his sister there. Lena, who is out on the field doing her thing. Normally don't see too much of Jacobi, her brother, normally buried behind a face mask.
There's going to be a card here in the middle of the pitch, and I think it's Muller who's picked it up. It was for the hand in the back of Lily Owsley as she drove across the central area.
Means Germany are down to 10 again. Townsend can clip this one in far post, and there was a chance there for a tip-in. It was Watton that went to ground. That would have been a nice birthday present. England's best chance of the half.
Ball comes in under the arm, Watton's gone for it. I'm just wondering why England didn't carry it into the circle for that little bit longer. Julia Muller there taking a rest after that tackle. It wasn't the contact with the stick, it was the hand in the back that led to the umpire's displeasure.
She'll be off for 2 minutes, that time starting when she sat down on the bench. England need to take advantage here during the power play. Shipley on this left-hand side. Webb over on the far right-hand flank. Owsley now. No lack of confidence there, wins the foul. Off she goes again. Cuts in field this time. Now into the attacking 25. Townsend just opts to come out. Webb thinks about thrashing it in. And again, just a little bit of hot-headedness there, rushing it into the circle and couldn't find the pass. There were 3 or 4 England targets in there in the circle. Germany able to relieve the pressure. England back into their own half, just on the halfway line with Sally Walton. Twig now. This is Webb. Queck outside her.
And if either England or Germany are going to eliminate down those midfield channels, such as the one that Owsley ran down, as they carry the ball, they need to square the hips up so the hips are pointing directly towards the goal. If you can threaten that line, then you can move the ball backhand and forehand off that line to the supporting players. Owsley had put it back in her stance. That meant there was only one pass, which was out to the sideline, and it was easily able to be intercepted.
Hillman steps high, as does Hoffman. Germany, though, elect to come out and round. This is Otter. Muller is back on, so Germany back up to 11 players. Stockel on the turn. Now across to 23, just floats one into the D. Here's going to be a chance for Hillman. It's McLeod who's back, sliding on the ground and tapping it out for a sideline ball. And McLeod now in the mix again. She looks to put up a barricade and denies Germany access down this right-hand channel. Again, they look up. Again, it's going to come in. It's come in high this time. Well, Muller's gone to ground. I think there was an actual collision inside the circle as she tried to avoid this ball in from Bachmann.
It's smashed in by Bachmann. It's high. I don't think it hits Muller. It just glances off. Just glances. That's probably a relieved look rather than anything else.
Twig under pressure there, but wins possession back. Ball has strength in the tackle as well. England have the free hit.
When England go into centre-half, Germany are able to step out and put pressure on the ball carrier. There needs to be a bit more of a call when the ball goes in there. If Walsh, she puts it in, wants it straight back, wants to open up a different passing channel, or they then want to go out to half-back and further down the lines.
McLeod unable to get under Queck's aerial ball. Germany have the restart, and that really was close to going out had Anissa caught, not stretched full length to keep that one in. Into the midfield with Kruger.
Well, England now, if they're going to be successful with this 2 minutes 50 seconds left on the clock, when Germany are around the back, they could just afford to step out, throw a centre forward out. You've got the recovery time of half time, so if you get somebody running for just 2.5 minutes, get the heart rate up.
Again, Germany come forward now on the head of the D. This is going to be a free shot for Hasselmann. Comes in and Maddie Hinch kicks it away with her left kicker. Hasselmann's shot on target, and that another good chance for Germany. Long corner, Kruger to take. Final few minutes of this first half. Anissa Korth. Otter. White and Unsworth working hard for England. This is Kruger again, who carries another 2 tackles, keeps going into the circle again, and tapped away on the reverse by Holly Webb. But the ease in which the German midfielder found herself into the circle, well, that for some concern for the England girls. Unsworth plays into McLeod. This is White.
Kruger drifted into that circle, didn't she, with very little contact.
Ball with the restart. It's Gilbert who has the pass intercepted this time, and England just carrying it into those danger areas, actually walking it into the pass, and the turnover of possession again goes Germany's way. Stockel. First time ball forward again to Hasselmann, kicks it onto her own foot. Well, she had that chance moments ago.
We see here, it's gone out onto the backhand. She doesn't connect, and I think Maddie Hinch is anticipating a touch in front of her. Does very well, but here's where Kruger carries the ball into circle, brilliantly left and right. Richardson-Walsh then stepping in. And I think Kruger, hard done by not to get a decision out of that.
Ball's come up off Walton's stick into her leg. Kruger again has another chance to tackle down this right-hand side. The tackle wasn't clean from Walton. Kruger carries on.
No, on the line.
Unsworth now needs to just get her feet round the ball and get onto the forehand. If she can get her feet round it, spin her feet round it, jump away from the path of the ball, she can go on the forehand and force it through a channel.
Okay. No. Sorry.
Final moments then. Germany with one more attack, possibly. They'll need to get this ball inside the D. Here is Hasselmann, who had that chance. Another good chance for the Germans. Hasselmann and Hasse with the best two chances in the first half for Germany. And the best chance of the first half for England going Ellie Watton's way. Wasn't able to deflect it goal bound. So at half-time, it's 0-0. Germany 0, England 0, as they retire to the changing room for some half-time match chat from their respective coaches. Jason Lee there and Yami Mulders step up to the plate. Goalless in this one. Come back and join us in the second half. Hopefully there'll be some more goals. Nothing to report as yet other than those chances. The Germans go off, probably with the best passage of play in there. The Germans controlling the game, controlling possession. And Maddie Hinch, well, that save at the end off Nina Hasselmann's shot. So the fans are enjoying themselves. The rain still spitting down here in The Hague in the Netherlands. The players off for their half-time chat. We're back with the second half very shortly. At half-time, it's Germany 0, England 0. Welcome back. Goalless first half between Germany and England. A repeat showdown of the Tri-Finance Euro Hockey Nations Championship in 2013. Germany going on to win their second title. England, silver medalists last year. Both sides find themselves in the bottom half of this pool. And let's look back on some highlights from that first half. Not too much to report. That was a chance that came into the D, but some good cover tackling from Nina Hasselmann, the German number 10 there, getting in front of Danson. And the Germans, one of their best chances, that deflection going wide. Hinch was committed, and Hasse's shot goes the wrong side of the post, you'll see there. Very close to opening the scoring. Get an even better look at it from this angle. Townsend came forward for England. There was another chance, probably England's best of the first half, falling to Ellie Watton on her birthday. No doubting England's commitment out there. Just still struggling to find that opening goal. This right at the death then. Hasselmann again working around that left-hand flank, getting the shot in. And this one bobbled rather awkwardly in front of Maddie Hinch. You'll see it from this angle, just on the half volley, managing to keep it out. So the teams went in at half-time on as even, or on as even. 3 shots on target for Germany, and look at the dominance in possession, 67% to 33. Just the one penalty corner in the first half, it going Germany's way. So yet to see England from that penalty corner setup. If you want to get involved with the social media, then at FIH_hockey, hashtag RHWC 2014. Get your pictures on there. You can see some behind-the-scenes photos and videos on facebook.com/FIHockey.
And we've had a message, ex-GB international Dom Williams is listening. He's even thinking about joining Twitter. I'm not sure he knows how to turn his own computer on. However, he's out there listening and watching the England girls right now.
Great to see some of the men's teams turning out here today as well. That was some of the South African boys who no doubt have been watching their women in action in their last game. Sadly, the South African girls going down by 4-2 against the USA. That means that from this group, the USA go through. Now there's the boys, the men's team for England. Barry Middleton away to the left of your picture. There's the coach, Bobby Crutchley. They will be through to the semi-finals, and what a game that is going to be. That game against the Netherlands later in the week. Men's semi-final day is Friday the 13th of June. Blimey, there you go. Unlucky for someone. The England girls just getting pumped up ahead of this second half. They're going to try and pull out everything in their toolbox in this second half to get their noses in front. They're the first team out there, and they're set to go. The Germans just making their way to their circle, and hopefully we can pop by pitch side with Charlie Broom, who's got the England coach Jason Lee alongside him.
Jason, a lot of pressure, a lot of possession from Germany. Your girls seem to be sitting fairly deep there.
Yeah, we were dropping far too deep, so hopefully we'll try and sort that for the second half, get our forwards not marking back in our circle, pressurising their defenders who've got the ball.
What did you say to the girls at half-time?
Well, a bit of tactical stuff, just kind of organise ourselves if we have to chase it later in the game, because we do want to win this game, because we haven't so far in this tournament.
It's a game of few chances, just the one penalty corner as well, so it could be a very tight one.
Well, that's where we're trying to set it up, because early in the tournament when it was open games, even though we were playing okay, it wasn't going for us, so we've tried to keep it tight since.
Cheers, Jason, thanks for your time.
4 losses for Jason Lee's England side in this World Cup. Lost against the USA, China, South Africa, and the defending champions, Argentina. Looking for that first elusive win of 2014 in the World Cup. A London Cup and the Commonwealth Games and a Champions Trophy still to come in the year. Plenty of time to bounce back. That's what it's all about. Bounce back ability. Final few seconds then till we push back in the second half. At half-time, it's Germany 0, England 0. It'll be England with the pushback. Alex Danson over the ball, and we're set to go. So Danson gets us started, and Germany and England on level par here, 0-0 at half-time. Germans probably had the better of the chances. particularly that deflection shot from Lydia Haase. Nina Hasselmann as well, forcing the one real save from Maddie Hinch as England come forward now. This is Danson on the edge of the circle, has the confidence to go reverse stick first touch, takes it away and pulls it back towards Sophie Bray, who was just a stick length away from it.
Danson and Owsley on the baseline, both going for the same ball, which I think led to it coming a little bit harder. Gilbert's gone in goal side. Sophie Bray unable to get a stick on the end of it, I should say. But it is better for England when Danson is higher. Earlier during the course of the first half, she was quite happy to come back into midfield, use her experience to play some passes, but it does mean that England then have nothing in front of them as a target. She needs to stay as high as she possibly can, disengage a little bit from that midfield role, give the options for England as a target man.
Hasselmann, who had that chance for Germany late on in the first half, just looks to release Muller, but puts too much pace on it. England have possession back just inside their own half. Webb goes to air, but doesn't get much power behind that. Goes straight down the throat of Muller. Stockel now into the midfield. Altenmarkt peels out. Great ball through to Jacobi, who didn't have the legs to get onto it. Plenty of space out there on that right-hand flank, though, for the Germans.
Yeah, Jacobi able to step up because Otter had forced up behind her on that right-hand side. Germany now setting that full court press up as they have, forcing England into that bottom left-hand pocket.
That's what it was designed to do, was to get the ball back off England, but then Georgie Twigg intercepting, and now Danson comes forward again across the halfway line. Highest player is Owsley. Ball can't get through to her. Foul there from Germany. Kruger, I think, getting a body in the way that time.
If Owsley and Danson can start to link together that little bit more, maybe play back 10 yards apart laterally or vertically, up and down the pitch or across it, then they can play a small interchange.
Allows the Germans to counter-attack, though, because England now certainly pushing higher in this second half. Kate Richardson-Walsh floats one in for Gilbert. Gilbert has Danson ahead of her. Again, slightly predictable coming down that right-hand flank, and Muller just taps it off for a sideline ball.
I feel that Gilbert wasn't within a tackling length of Muller. She had time to get her head up. Yes, she saw Danson. If she'd just taken the ball infield and cut towards the goal mouth, Muller would have been forced to readjust.
Oh, great ball to Bray, who then crosses it far post, and the keeper getting between the ball and Alex Danson, who was far post. And what a ball forward that was from Shipley to Sophie Bray.
Oh, it's hit with real purpose and good pace. Just got the Germans caught slightly out defensively.
Yeah, certainly had some venom on it. Where's Gilbert off to here?
I'll be surprised if she's not given... Oh, she is blown for obstruction.
Yeah, just looked to be backing in there, is that right?
Yeah, she did. So she's carrying the ball, but turned her body. What a pass!
Well, from one good pass to another. We're just on that slow motion at the moment, but the Germans, in the meantime, going straight back up the other end and into the English circle. Just some communication going on there between the German goalkeeper, Barbara Vogel, and just her backline of defence. See Alex Danson up by herself at the moment, literally just hanging up on the edge of the circle out of your picture away to the right-hand side. Now just creeps back in to shot and does some defensive work. Just two at the back for the Germans. Now they switch to three, with Bachmann just coming in on this near side.
I think Danson could be given a little bit more of a free role to do things like that, Mike, to step away, to go behind the German backline, to cause them some concern, because then they have to focus on her. She's a world-renowned player. They can't afford to ignore her.
Right.
Kruger being hassled here. Bachmann for Germany. Just encouraging England forward. Otter spreads the ball to Jacobi. Now down that touchline. Teschke was the target. The devious little number 4 up there. Worked her magic in the first half. Jacobi unable to find her in the second. Here's Walton. Just has to track back about 3 or 4 metres to pick that one up. That allows Germany to step forward. Here's Webb. Again, the Germans pushing numbers up here. Dangerous times. Germany sense this is the time to go. Gilbert comes back for it, but misses the tackle. Strong forward running from Gablak. Again, the Germans come. This is Muller this time. Into the head of the D. Well, was it inside, outside? Remember, the Germans have their penalty corner referral if they want to, that video referral. Ball comes in again to that far post. A defensive touch from Watson this time.
Now Watson leads away hard to the right as Danson carries it. She needs that run because she needs a forward pass, but been read with ease by Hasselmann. Nina Hasselmann showing her experience. England need to recycle and go the other way, not straight back down the same channel.
Hasselmann has been stepping forward. Now Germany push forward. Great tackle that time from Richardson-Walsh. Set herself in the tackle. Just had to wear the physical body against body after that. She was already fully committed. Unsworth now with the ball forward to White.
Good overlap.
Certainly was. Here's Unsworth then with the ball in. Again, it's Hasselmann that gets in front of Watson this time. She's having a great defensive game, Nina Hasselmann. England looking to rob the ball back down in this bottom right corner. Jacobi there with 3 England shirts around her. Hasselmann now with a stick on the ball. Eventually Germany come away with it.
Hasselmann is dictating a huge amount of play in that German backline. Around her, not a huge amount.
Yeah, good.
German attackers pushing forward there. We're not 5 metres from Kate Richardson-Walsh when she picked up the ball. Here's Danson, just that little chip, takes it in field.
Yeah,
No advantage from the body contact there from Hasselmann, who conceded the free hit. England will have it just on the 23-metre line. If it's outside, remember, they can hit this straight into the circle.
Yeah, or with Richardson-Walsh's disguise, she's got a great open hand and slap as she does there, 45 degrees, but Germany was set. Tina Bachmann on the head of the circle, right on line to goal.
Area ball comes in, Webb brings it down. Shipley alongside her. 2 of the German attackers, now 3 around her, surround her. And England doing well to get out of that pocket.
Well, England's thinking just needs to be sped up around that back 3 or 4. More precise, more assertive, more immediate. As soon as there's any degree of uncertainty, Germany are stepping forward and putting some pressure on them.
For me, England look a lot stronger when they play like this, he says, as the ball goes out this near touchline, which gives it to Hoffman. But what I mean by that is the stretch game, where they're playing their forwards high rather than sat back in their own half. But England having to come back into their own half now and do some defending. Watson eliminated by that wonderful bit of skill. The Germans now attacking down the right-hand flank, and that turn of pace again from Teschke as she carries another tackle. Thinks about getting this one in, looking for a deflection. It was Hoffman who was the closest to it.
And we heard Jason Lee speak at half-time about how unhappy he was that they've tried to play expansive hockey and it hasn't worked for them, so they were going to tighten it up, keep it more compact. And I don't disagree with that in theory, but at what point during this game, he said they were going for a win, do you change that tactically? Do you go, you know what, let's go to a back 3, let's play a 4-person midfield, let's throw Alex Danson onto the penalty spot and tell her not to move out the D. It's those sort of changes, interchanges of players that can really affect the course of the game and get better outcomes, because it's uncertain, unknown.
Watson with the reverse stick ball that finds White. Now White will have a chance to get into the D. She's got McLeod in front of her. Here's McLeod just in front of the goalkeeper, pulls back and lets the shot go. England have the lead. Hannah McLeod scores her birthday yesterday. And there's a tasty little present, just like my grand's chutney. Germany 0, England 1.
Hasselmann down the right-hand side. Finally, she's been imperious in defence, but finally is undone. Ashball carrying it, so Nikki White carrying down the baseline through Hasselmann. She misses it. Good spin from McLeod. Knew what she was doing, went over the goalkeeper, Vogel. Good carry position. Hasselmann cannot engage. Lovely little knockback. Pick, strength, spin, flick, gets under it and over the keeper.
That is a wonderful goal. Kept her calm here. Takes it a step away from the defence, picks her spot and lets it go. England lead. Now, can they extend on that lead? Just the 1 goal, but scored by that lady there, Hannah McLeod, on 44 minutes. Germany 0, England 1.
Well, I don't, however, think it changes what England needs to do at the back. Their hesitancy is drawing pressure, drawing German possession, and eventually a mistake, in theory, will come. It's hard to be perfect throughout the course of the entire half. So if they can just be a little more creative, occasionally force Germany away.
Here's Townsend now, who's got a great turn of pace on her as well, as she takes it into contact, though. Draws the foul, thinks about taking the quick self-pass for the restart. Unsworth reaches for that one. Shipley now for England. This is Richardson-Walsh. holding the heart of the England defence. Townsend again picks up, and she's got 3 players around her. Germany come away with it now. This is Hillman, who just throws the ball out wide.
Space, huge space down the middle for Otter as she drives forward.
Interception from Unsworth, though. She might go all the way here. She's got no one in support. McLeod, the goal scorer, the closest to her, off her shoulder. England there just trying to hold on to possession, but another turnover in the midfield from Otter. Crossfield now. The Teshka was the target, but Bray steps forward into it. Unsworth again now. Owsley ahead of her. Ball on this right-hand side.
Fowler can lead down the touchline. Ashley Ball has got a pass. He's all a little bit too pedestrian, though. Needed to be more immediate and more deliberate. Owsley needed to hold infield to allow the space ball down the line. By the time Ash Ball had got her feet round, Owsley was already there.
Germany set to make a round of changes. Gablak Muller, Mavers Jacobi and Altenberg all waiting in the wings to come on as rolling subs. McLeod in the meantime plays in Shipley. Townsend ahead of her. A little deflection takes it off for a sideline ball. There's Hillman. Plays up front, but having to do some defensive work at the moment as England come back through the heart of their defence. Webb now with the route 1 ball into the midfield. Lovely turn from Unsworth, but equally competitive was Lydia Hassa, who wrestled that ball back, and now Schroeder comes forward.
Yeah, Unsworth 90% away, but Schroeder unable to just carry that past Hassa, denying Unsworth the ability to turn and accelerate, even though the ball had gone round her.
Schroeder again loses possession. Bray, Owsley now. Germany still controlling the possession, 64-36. Here's England, though, in command as things stand. A goal up on the board. Germany trailing here and on the back foot as Owsley comes down, but that collision, I think, Owsley using her body, and that's what she's been blown up for. Lost the ball in the tackle and then took out the German player.
The original signal as Owsley comes in, she's dribbling it left to right. She's been blown for stick obstruction, but she's just taking that left to right as she dribbles. There's no, the ball isn't over, she's lost control. I think that's just her left hand, however, on the top of her stick as she's gone to ground, has crashed into Tina Backman's face.
Well, Micah Stockel already wears a scar on her face in the German side. Backman seems okay. It doesn't seem to be any blood. And she's a pretty tough cookie anyway. Might just go off and get some ice on that. Probably just a precaution. And we're going to see her stay on the pitch. No, she's keen to stay. Backman takes her place left of the defence for Germany. Danson, in the meantime, picks up the restart. Stockel, with that bruised face, comes forward. Again, she looked to hammer it route 1 through the heart of the England defence.
Danson's going to get a card here. Yeah, Danson picked up a card. It was an ugly tackle. She just got herself slightly out of position.
So Alex Danson to the sin bin for 2 minutes. England down to 10 for 2.
It's such a fine line when the game starts to get physical and players are contesting spaces as they have done all the way through this, but particularly in the last 30-45 seconds with people bursting through channels. If you get it slightly wrong when you're trying to contest those spaces, all of a sudden you do pick up those cards.
Well, England need to make sure they retain possession here, just for that 2 minutes that Alex Danson is off the pitch, and Owsley doing enough to do that, even more perhaps, as she plays in Gilbert. Bray is far post for the deflection, tip in, it goes in! A walking goal for England. I think Sophie Bray might have got the final touch here. If not, it's going to be credited to Gilbert. We'll have a look in the slow motion replay, but Bray and Gilbert hooking up whilst Danson was off the pitch and England were down to 10. It's Germany 0, England 2.
Owsley down the side of the pitch, great reverse stick ball under her arm. Gilbert's looked up, seen the touch. Sophie Bray possibly in front of Vogel. The first hit is just inside the circle, so it doesn't matter. I think it might have been combination of a mix-up between defender and goalkeeper, so it's fortunate the ball was inside. It is a defender's stick. Vogel anticipating Bray's touch, getting herself in the wrong place.
Yeah, final touch came up off Jacobi. There was Alex Danson's reaction from the sin bin. Germany straight back up the other end. The ball's ended up in the back of the goal, but it won't count. No final touch inside the circle.
Fortunate as Holly Webb went to play at it and completely missed it with a German stick behind her.
So we think from that replay. Bray credited the goal, but it definitely came in off a German stick. So that means that Susie Gilbert will be credited with the goal. Unsworth high as Bray and Owsley crowd the plate as well.
Yeah, it just shows the value of any forward out there, or even any forward watching and looking on and learning that if you can just get inside that circle before you play that cross, then anything can then lead to the advantage, the goal, the scramble. Gilbert been a metre further back, would have been a long corner.
Well, Alex Stanson in the meantime is back on the pitch, and England are back up to 11. Jacobi, who took that defensive touch past the goalkeeper, having to do some legwork back here. Otter as well doing some cover as Alex Stanson looks to go. England have possession, has already 2 balls on the pitch, so leaves the second one for Walton to take.
Interesting from Danson. I think that's a really professional judgment on taking a little bit of time over a sideline. She knew there was a second ball there. She knew the umpire would have to deal with it if she played the first one, and chose to do so. That's smart play at this stage of a game to ensure that you just start to think about running the clock down.
Owsley again, who set up that second goal for England, goes for it again, might get a shot off herself this time, does. There's a little flexion, and Danson's put it wide. Well, there were several touches in there, one from Ellie Watson across the face of goal from Owsley's shot, but then Alex Danson putting it wide, and in fact a defender getting a touch on it as well. That's why it's a long corner. Danson with the deflection ball in Owsley. If she'd been at full stretch on the ground, she knows it, could have got a touch on this. England rampant at the moment.
Crashed in from Danson. Owsley just hasn't committed to it, needed to, but the first dribble, the shot, she gets a connection even with Muller's attention. It then takes a touch off Watton. Danson, so unlike her. Attention from Otter.
Good tackle, good tackle.
Yeah, solid tackle from Walton at the back. Second bit, though, there was a foot right at the end after the really good tackle. Came up off Walton's foot, so a penalty corner for Germany. Their second of the game. Let's have a closer look at it in slow-mo.
It was a great first tackle from Walton, but because she's had to reach, she's upright. It's another reach tackle. As a tall player, need to get down a lot lower and a lot flatter to protect the feet.
18.5 minutes remaining in the second half. This final pool game between Germany and England. Game which England lead. This would be their first win of the 2014 World Cup. They've got some defensive work to do here, though, first, as the Germans line up at the head of the D. It's Bachmann. Alongside her is Hannah Kruger.
Yes.
Injection comes in smooth. It is going to be Bachmann to take the low flick, looking for that deflection on the right-hand post. It was Mavers who was diving on her knees, and now England a chance to counter-attack with those extra numbers forward and high up the pitch. Danson can't keep control, and again some hard work in the midfield from the German number 4, Teschke. Teschke again comes forward. Unsworth will pick it up on the head of the D, but it'll be a free hit just inside the 23-metre zone.
And Danson at no point got a touch on that, but the physical intensity of her running just denied Germany an easy path into the circle.
Germany opt to come around through the baseline this time to try and get into the circle, force a long corner. And again they start looking to get back into this game. 1 goal will do it for starters, but they need 2 to draw level here with England as White breaks free. She's got Danson into support. Just the 2 of them side by side. Gilbert now joins in the rally. Back to Danson. Lovely first touch infield to set it up. Watton's on that far left-hand side now. Twig in the midfield. Back to Webb. Over to Walton. There is Watton to Walton. There's a good combo. Danson now inside the circle. First touch. Didn't trap it. The mistrap taking it across the baseline. It'll be a free hit on the 16-yard line for Germany.
And we see Mavis going in. Unsworth standing big and strong, stepping forward, reading that play perfectly. Gilbert here, this is the replay of the goal as she hits from inside the D. Outstretched stick from Jacobi, doing Vogel a complete injustice as it tips it over the top of her pads.
So their confirmation, Susie Gilbert, the scorer of England's second goal. That after Hannah McLeod put England ahead on 44 minutes.
The other one, 12.
2-0 as things stand. So Germany, what do they have to do differently here? Well, I guess they've got to keep pressing high and keep putting that pressure on England and keep getting those penalty corners. 2 so far in the bank for the Germans. None yet for England as White tries to break free. Ball keeps it in play. clips that one towards the head of the D. Townsend was the target. Townsend wrestles it back. Dancing on the far post. Townsend goes herself, squeezes under the goalkeeper. England have a third. It's Susanna Townsend, and it's Germany 0, England 3.
And Vogel has had a shocker on that. She didn't know what to do.
Well, the confidence here from Townsend to take the shot.
Townsend's got the ball, won it herself, stepped in. Dancing on the baseline has given some uncertainty. Goalkeeper Vogel knows where Watton is, but as she looks up, Townsend just goes, you know what, I'm going to have a crack. And that's gone straight between her legs. That'll have scarred the inside of the thigh. There'll be a bruise there tomorrow, but not as bad as the bruised ego from getting that completely wrong.
Townsend showing the confidence that England have lacked in this tournament with that last shot on 55 minutes. 3-0 up now, England, as Hasselmann tries to do something for her team. Reverse stick cross in, might do it, deflection, far post. They're going to go for a video referral here. They think there was something going on there inside the D. Foot obstruction, what are we going to be looking for? We'll listen to the question.
Can you hear me?
Hi, are you looking for a German foot?
England foot.
An England foot?
Yes, please.
So yeah,
England
Germany
foot.
with the referral. And we are looking for a England foot inside the circle. We'll analyse our slow-mos, as will the video umpire. This is the angle that we've got.
I have their referral.
There's no danger there. Richardson Walsh jumping out the way. It goes through two players.
England made
It's
the
the touch
challenge
here.
first.
Very much a touch.
Mel, there is an
Didn't take long
England
for
foot.
Shipley.
You can award a corner.
Great, thank you.
Germany keep their referral.
Yep.
Well spotted by the Germans.
Sorry, guys.
Zoe Shipley wearing that one on the
You
shin
keep your
pad.
referral?
Germany using their video referral, getting it right, so thus keeping it. Under 15 minutes left to play here. Still plenty of time for Germany to get something from this game. They trail by 3 though here, going into the final section of this game. Bachmann again at the head of the D. Kruger also there. Jamie Mulder's the coach. Which set player they're going to go for? Went for a deflection last time round. Kruger this time from the head of the D. Beats Hinch, and Germany have one back from the head of the D. And it is Hannah Kruger that scores for Germany. The German men watching on. Germany 1, England 3.
It's the simplest of routines. We asked what they were going to do. Hannah Kruger has taken that just slightly out to Maddie Hinch's left side, come round the ball, fired it into the side netting. It's a brilliantly executed flick. Hinch has gone to her left. You see the fractional movement to affect her balance in the first instance.
Too long, too long.
Very much keeps the game alive, and England wasting time there. The umpire doesn't like that, so Germany regain possession in the midfield. That was from the restart. England taking far too long with it, trying to run some more time off the clock. 14 minutes to go, a 2-goal cushion. Can England hold on?
Well, it has been a case of holding on so far this game, hasn't it? In terms of they've sat very, very deep. Yes, they've done brilliantly to score 3 goals, but with relatively fragile confidence, and the fact that they look like they do bring pressure on at the back when they allow the Germans to step up. I'd get it out of half-back and put it off the far end of the pitch for the next 2 or 3 minutes and play up in the Germans' half.
It's exactly what Webb looks to do as she plays in Bray. Bray goes all the way, may take it on the reverse stick shot for the 4th, and came up off Vogel that time, who did manage to get some pad on it. Owsley with the ball back in. McLeod with the deflection on. Bachmann there, just trying to get some sort of calm. Has to keep it off her feet. Bit of a stalemate inside the circle.
Play.
And advantage played up off Owsley.
Well,
Germany come out through the left channel.
Sorry, Mike, Owsley showing a little bit of inexperience there, because she had 2 teammates who were already in position to either affect the bully or get a free hit if there was a little touch. She stepped in too hard.
Strong overlapping run now from the Germans. Otter with the ball forward to Hillman. Shipley, strong tackle from her at the back. Townsend, this is Bray. McLeod, will she get there first? No. Hasselmann there, but Townsend there to support too. Oh, really good pace to this second half. A marked improvement from both sides, certainly in energy levels out there. Both desperate for the win. Remember, Germany currently 4th in the table. A win would take them to 7 points. England at the very foot of the table on 0 points, looking for their first win. South Africa just ahead of them. There's that reverse stick shot that Bray had moments ago, one-on-one with Vogel.
And from that range, you've got to suggest that if she got it anywhere wide, look at that jump she does Her feet have jumped wide to get balanced, and we've seen so many goalkeepers, I think, unprepared for that first shot. If you jump when the shot comes in, you're off the pitch for a moment, a fraction of a second. It means you can't change direction.
Well, that goal may just have killed the game off. Ball this time with a shot from outside the D, so again going into the back of the goal won't count. Needs to be shot from inside the circle, and the intention was to get that one across the face of goal and looking for a deflection goal banged.
It was a tired hit after a very good run. Great pick, decisiveness to run in down the midfield, inside forward channel towards the goal mouth. Just actually needed, I think, to try and hit it harder. Ashley Ball, she just tried to play it gently in, and in doing so there was no commitment to the swing of the stick. The wrists opened up and it slices it near post.
Stick tackle. Schroeder now comes around. This is Kruger, who's got one back for Germany from a penalty corner. No penalty corners on the day for England now as Otter darts inside. Interception here again from Bray. She's going to have to go on her own here. Townsend, the first to give chase and give support. Kwek, who's back on at the right half position. The ball was for Danson, was intercepted by Altenmarkt. Kwek, aerial ball this time to Danson, does find her and in some space as well. There's a foul there. Danson carries it. Advantage played by the umpire. Reverse stick shot. Bray again on the far post. Good save from Vogel.
Needed to be, because finally Danson gets onto her favoured side. Umpire Claire, I don't know, I think would have gone to a corner for that contact on Schroeder. But Danson peeling off her right foot, hits off her left, open hands, and with the support from Bray on the far post.
Yeah, Bray could have very easily got a little tip in there as well. 10 minutes left to play. It's Germany 1, England 3. If you're just joining us for the latter part of the game, welcome on board. England almost there, almost got their first win of the Hockey World Cup. It's come 4 games too late, and they're not quite across the finish line yet. Germany giving chase, but England do have that 2-goal cushion.
And both teams giving it everything, but the game, the technical aspect of the game, very much suggesting where these teams are. There's mistakes and mishandling the ball. Pace is good, but the passes are about a metre off quite a lot of the time. And that's something that confidence and instinctive belief brings you. If you're at the bottom of the table, it's not there. Top of the table, it starts to flow.
Teschka in midfield. Again, working space for herself, and no lack of confidence as she eliminates 5 players there, then gets the ball in. It bobbles up, and Hinch has to get something on it. The follow-up save, too, from Maddie Hinch. Takes it for a long corner. The shot came in from Marie Mavers, looking for her 3rd goal of the tournament.
Yeah, Hinch dealing well with both the first and the second phase, but I'd be really interested to see if we do get a replay, whether the ball in from Teschka has actually hit him with the back of her stick. It looked like she over-rotated her wrists and crashed that in, which is what kept it flat. Hinch in the end, really easy secondary save, big left glove to bat the ball away.
Just had to re-centre herself though, didn't she? Because she used that left kicker initially, then had to re-centre before she got in the left glove.
Yeah, look there. I think the back of the stick's come down on the top of that ball, which is why it's gone bobbly.
Danson with the restart now in the attacking quarter for England. Richardson-Walsh. England continuing to come down this right touchline as Gilbert peels out, finds Watton on the baseline. Hasselman hassling away at her. Anyway, through here for England, looking to add a 4th. Nicola White will have a go. It was for the stick challenge, is what the umpire is saying. It was right underneath her. White disagreeing.
Oh, from up here, I'm disagreeing as well, given the level of physical contact. I actually thought that Claire Adno didn't like it in terms of how she put her shoulder in and tried to run through Nina Hasselman, but there's been contact all the way around this pitch and very few cards. And then all of a sudden, one challenge down that right-hand side, but she was right on top of it, as you say, so possibly there was stick obstruction as well.
Muller for Germany, and then White going in again, this time with a stick and completely flooring the German 28. Julia Muller picks herself straight back up and takes the free hit. Ball in towards the head of the D, looking for a deflection from Gablak. Gilbert for England now in the midfield. Rotates just wrong-footed. Muller, now White, with Watton ahead of her. Oh, was that the right choice? Don't think it was. Diagonal ball in. She had that open pass to Ellie Watton on her right-hand side. Now the Germans come away with it. Just 3 attackers coming forward. Chance here for Altenmark, can't reach it. There'll be a 16 for England, which Richardson-Walsh will take.
Yeah, see the pass in to Altenberg as it comes in. It's on her backhand. Not the clearest of passes, not the straightest of passes.
So Lisa Altenberg there, close to getting something on it. Hannah McLeod, who got England going in this second half with her goal on 44 minutes. Susie Gilbert added a second, and Susanna Townsend a third. That before Hannah Kruger pulled one back for the Germans. 6 minutes left to play. Germany 1, England 3. Final moments as Twig gets us underway here. Walton, Housley not in play there. She's a substitute waiting to come on at the halfway line. Germany 2 lining up with 3 new players to come into the game.
And those Townsend and Gilbert goals particularly down to some very, very, very assertive ball carrying through midfield. And you feel that England need to do that if they are going to come out with this successful final result. They need to get the ball on sticks, onto the forehand, and really run hard through midfield channels.
Altenberg, maybe tiny, got past Walton, couldn't get past Richardson-Walsh. Watton to White. Nothing high here from England. This is how they played in the first half.
And that's where White's looking to pass to a player, and for me, when she's got that ball at right half, she knows she's got forwards with pace. If you play a space ball down that touchline, the forwards then have something to lead on to. If you wait until the player's there, they often arrive with a defensive player at the same time, and it's effectively playing the ball into contact. Just look to play a little more space ball, a little more speculative away from their goalmouth.
Richardson-Walsh around to Webb, and the Germans, as you'd expect, press fully. Hasselmann again gets in front of Danson, showing her pace. Kruger, Bray comes back in defence. Kruger out wide now. Good step from Webb, keeps it in play as well, and wins the free hit. Triple whammy.
Now Germany will go to a full court press. They're perfectly capable of doing this tactically. They'll have thrown a full-back into the midfield line to create a 4-man front line, putting the centre forward, cutting the pitch in half.
Well, the defender, Hasselmann, given the advantage there, and Housley wasn't 5 metres. That's why the umpire blew up, and that's why Germany have this turnover of possession. Free hit just inside the 23-metre zone. That means it can't go directly into the circle. All sets of players having to be 5 metres. There's room on this left-hand flank, though, for Germany. It's Korf in around the back, looking for Muller. Attack comes to no avail. Germans having to do some more legwork. England again giving away soft possession there. Townsend has to gather it, though, takes responsibility. Bray outside her now. Lovely 1-2 with Townsend, ball ahead of her. McLeod also there, ball picks it up on the reverse stick. McLeod in support, ball takes the shot. Vogel goes to ground. McLeod having the final touch, which took it across the baseline. Now McLeod screaming at the umpire that it was a long corner, but what a shot from Ball initially. Vogel credited here for the save.
Yeah, Vogel credited with the save. Very much so, got a body in the way from Ball. Ball doing brilliantly to ride the challenge. The umpire seeing the infringement in the circle, allowing play to go on.
Great commitment there from Hasselmann on the ground, sliding in before she comes off as a substitute. Germany come forward again with Teschke. Here's Stockel now on the head of the D. Just getting in there on the top of the D and getting the penalty corner. Micah Stockel gives Germany a lifeline. England are going for video referral, though.
I don't think it's dangerous. What are you asking for? You think it's dangerous?
So the umpire thinks it's dangerous.
Now the players think it's dangerous.
Carol,
This umpire here hasn't given it for
looking for danger?
Yeah, I judged the play to be quite low. Gave the PC.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Thank you.
We'll have a closer look at it. Micah Stockel originally made the run into the D.
Yeah, Richardson-Walsh missing it as well. Stockel, great commitment. That's middle of the forearm, just above the glove, so it's not hand on stick because it's hit the forearm.
Now the ball came off an England arm, so you can award the penalty corner, and England lose the referral.
Yeah, I think that was pretty
It was
much
arm,
a
it was low, and you
hopeful,
lost a referral.
a hopeful call from England. That's not too high. That's all of 6 inches off the floor.
Wait for my whistle, please, ladies. Wait for
So the
my
penalty
whistle.
corner will stand. England lose their video referral. It's penalty corner number 4 of the day for Germany.
Get in the box quickly,
Remember, they
please.
scored through Hannah Kruger last time round. Kruger again at the head of the D, the furthest away there. It's Tina Backman who is closest to us. Either of these two could take it from the head of the D. They've tried a deflection on the right post. They've converted from a straight strike. It's Kruger again. Not the best of stops. They go outside the right post again. And there was some stick contact in there from the German person who's got, I think the player was coming in sliding in on the post. Didn't quite see who it was. Looks like the German 26, Gablak. Let's have a closer look.
It's out to top. It's not a clean strike. I'm not sure it even went outside the circle. Gablak's coming in for it, but because of the uncertainty at the top of the D, Germany were unable to get a routine cleanly away.
Well, 3 goals in 2 minutes is a bit beyond Germany. I think even 2 is going to be beyond the Germans. Remember, the Germans, the Tri-Finance Euro Hockey Nations champions, last year winning the Euro Championships, and now Jacobi comes on to play kicking back. Maybe a few tips from a brother who plays in the German goal. The men winning by 6-1 against Korea in their game just before this. Richardson-Walsh steps, and England just quite happy to stay in contact with it. Richardson-Walsh just taking a bit more time off the clock. Germany have it back, though.
Hold out, hold out. Don't blow it again. No.
And England look to run this clock down. They're not going to help get the ball back or anything. Professional athletes, they want this win. It doesn't matter what's happened preceding this.
Little chip ball into the D. Play waved on by the umpire. And England will have a free hit at the head of their own
Please
circle.
don't time waste. Please take the free hit, Kate. Thank you.
Just hearing the umpire there asking for a fast, free-flowing end to this half. A half which England have dominated. There is, well, Jacobi. There is another Jacobi. Brother and sister, side by side, both represent their countries. Lena Jacobi out there. And her brother plays in goal for the German men.
I do find it interesting how when the umpires ask, please don't time waste, please don't time waste, when the free hits are being taken in the same sort of time frame all the way through the game. Just because it's the last minute doesn't mean they have to be taken any quicker. So England quite within their rights to not feel they have to speed up play, just be consistent with what they're doing.
Stockel, who we just saw moments ago with that right eye of hers that's bruised, takes another knock here, but wins the free hit. Acres of room on the right-hand side. The Germans opt for route one ball, though, and hands possession back to England, and there won't be too much more attacking chances now for Germany unless they can get something back from this. They push every player forward. Richardson-Walsh takes the quick free hit, but a different form of time wasting now by just coming down into her own defensive corner and inviting the German attack forward. Turnover of possession. Germany will have one last chance if they can get this into the circle, but it's not going to change the outcome of the game. England are going to pick up their first 3 points of the World Cup. Sadly, it's 4 games too late for England, but there we go. They finish on a high, finish the pool stages on a high with their first 3 points. Finally it comes, and finally some smiles in the England camp. No tears today. It's finished Germany 1, England 3. There's Yami Mulders, the German head coach. Well, his head in his hands there. Danson and Ball doing their duties out there. Goals for McLeod, Gilbert and Townsend on the day for England. Hannah Kruger had the only response for Germany. German players sink to their feet. Sadly, it's not been their tournament either. So England, as we say, finishing on a high, picking up their first 3 points of the tournament. And there is your final full-time confirmation of the score. It's Germany 1, England 3. Well, it was an exciting second half, Simon. We finally got to see some goals. The England girls coming to life.
Yeah, England handling the ball a little bit better, and the smiles there showing that they were totally committed to the process. They stepped out. They kept it tight like their coach wanted to early on, but in the end they stepped forward. Much more convincing.
Let's have a look back on that second half then, and some of those goals. Nicola White steaming down that baseline, set up Hannah McLeod on 44 minutes for the opener. England with their noses in front. Lily Owsley belting forward this time. Gilbert with the shot. It took a defensive touch off Lenny Jacobi. Bray was in amongst there as well, putting some pressure on Jacobi, but it was Gilbert credited with the goal in the end. Townsend took it upon herself to pick up where the others left off, adding a third. But then Germany with a late response from Hannah Kruger coming from this penalty corner, finally finding a way past Maddie Hinch in the England goal. That to make it 3-1. But high fives in the England camp. At last, we heard Georgie Twigg say there. There's Teschke, the German number 4 on the left of your picture, just chatting with young Christina Hillman. And we've also got another German pitch side with Charlie Broom. It's Hannah Kruger.
Hannah, a difficult competition for Germany and another loss. What went wrong today?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know. We were all very disappointed, and it was not the tournament we hoped for. It's difficult to make the reason now, but we will find some, and we will get in bigger next year maybe, and the other years. Yeah, we're all very disappointed, and yeah.
It's been an interesting World Cup in terms of world rankings. The world rankings have been torn up and thrown out the window. It's a high level here, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Last year European champion, and now yeah, that unlucky World Cup. You see the teams are very close, and on world level it's one decision on the one side and on the other side, and so it's very close, and we were disappointed and not so lucky for us.
Hannah, listen, thank you very much for your time. I know it's difficult. We appreciate it. Thank you. And I can bring in Susie Gilbert, one of the England goal scorers. Susie, England smiling at long last.
Yeah, it was the win we've been looking for all tournament. We've obviously been bitterly disappointed throughout the last 10 days, but it was obviously extremely nice to get that win finally.
And a bit of momentum building about Belgium in the next game, but then there's bigger things to come, isn't there? There's the Investec London Cup and the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, definitely. We need to focus on the task in hand, recover well tomorrow, and then really take it to Belgium, play with no fear like we did going forwards, and then defend so diligently like we did that in that game.
It's almost a game of two halves, it's an old cliche, but you were much more positive in the second half.
Definitely, as I said, I think we definitely just took it to them, and we were played with complete fear going forwards, and I think it showed that we can create opportunities and score goals, and obviously just hasn't happened for the last 10 days, but it was really nice to get that win.
And Belgium in your last game, how do you approach that?
The same as we've done with every single game. We do the task, we prepare well professionally like we always do, and just take it to them.
Well, listen, many congratulations on the goal, many congratulations on the win. Best of luck against Belgium.
Thank you very much.
So England take on Belgium at 11 o'clock on Thursday, the 12th of June. That for 11th and 12th place, though. England finishing bottom of their pool, facing bottom of the other pool, Belgium. The two European sides going head-to-head. There's a look in the German camp. Hoffmann and Mavers side by side. Germany finishing 4th in the table on 4 points. England picking up their first 3 points of the tournament, but on goal difference finished bottom of the table. South Africa just ahead of them, and the United States are qualified 100% for the semi-finals, and Argentina playing China later this afternoon to decide who will also qualify for the semi-final. So a first win for England. Final words there from Kate Richardson-Walsh, and it's goodbye from Simon Mason and myself, Michael Absalom. Hopefully you've enjoyed that one. England winning by 3 goals to 1.